Hello and welcome to a Homespun house. I am greeting you from somewhere where you've never seen me before, and it looks quite simple, but I am sitting here feeling very, very grateful and happy, and wow, if only you could see my view, you would know why I have this big smile across my face. So we have moved into our new home for a week now. It's been 1 week that we've lived in our new home, and we're so happy. So happy. We looked at so many different houses. We spent so much time looking and really trying to find something that was exactly what we want, because we're first-time home buyers, and I just think it's so important to have, regardless of whether it's your first home or last home, that house that is you. Because I'm home a lot, Robert's home a lot. I own a homespun house, and Robert is a stay-at-home dad. He does a little bit for a homespun house. He basically responds to emails occasionally if it's a tracking issue, and he prints all of my labels. I do all of the packing, all of the dyeing, all of the twisting, all of the labeling, etc. So I'm home a lot. I work a lot. However, I've been on quite a bit of a break because we just moved from Germany. We were living in Berlin for 10 years, and we just moved from Berlin, Germany to America. And it's definitely been a very, very big change. I have been trying to document it as much as I can. If you don't follow me on Instagram and you are at all interested in anything that I do, my children do, my husband does, just kind of what's going on in my life, but also a homespun house, definitely give me a follow. I pretty much do quite a bit of Instagram stories every single day. For those of you who are new to Instagram or who are thinking about join. It's so much fun. Each little story is about a 10-second snippet of whatever you want it to be. So today I just did a fun little tour of all of the homespun house studio that we are having built in the first level of our home. So that's a lot of fun. It should be finished in about 1.5, I'm giving it 2 weeks at the most. It's been going on for quite a while, since we moved in extensively, and I'm hoping that in 2 weeks I will have in-stock yarns for sale in the shop. I have so many exciting things that are currently listed in the shop. However, I have Harry Potter Bonanza going on right now. I have October, November, and December Harry Potter yarn and charm club. I asked Chelsea from Suka Miniatures to make even more than we have done in the past years, because there are so many people who want that charm from the Harry Potter yarn and charm club, and it gets sold out so quickly. So this year we did so many of them, and there are still a few left. There's a bit, but given the amount that I ordered from her, there aren't that many left. So if you're wanting to get the charm, hop in on that. Otherwise, you can just get your monthly yarns, 100-gram skeins of fingering weight yarns for October, November, and December. But again, it's up to you if you want a charm or just the yarn or both. So yeah, and then I have a new Harry Potter club that I've started. It will be listed every August, and it is Return to Hogwarts Yarn Club. This is going to be one that I do every single year, and it's going to be called Return to Hogwarts. The colorway will be new each year, and it is, whoa, we have a porcupine. No, it's a squirrel. Did you just see me jump? Feel free to rewind that, because there is currently a squirrel that was just on our roof and climbed down our screen window. So in our living room, we have 20-foot high ceilings, and one wall is completely covered in windows. And I don't know what the squirrel was thinking. I think that he lost track of what he was doing, and he just fell down. Okay, I am so sorry for that side note. That was hilarious. He's okay, or she. So yes, Return to Hogwarts. It will be every year. This year, however, it is very, very short-lived. Usually I'll have these probably listed up for a month or two just to get as many people in as they want. But it's something that I've been toying with for the past couple of years, and with so many ideas, this idea just regrew in my mind, and I thought I need to make this a real thing. So I listed it. It's live now. Listings will definitely close in a week and a half to 2 weeks when I reopen shop and I'm able to dye in my studio. So the other two things that we have going right now are advent calendars. You can choose if you just want the 24 mini skeins or if you want a 25th 100 gram skein to open up on the 25th, which is where a lot of us celebrate Christmas. I know that a lot of people celebrate Christmas on other days, or Hanukkah, or any other sort of holiday season, but that option is there if you want it. And then the final club that I have open right now is September Yarn Club. Charms have unfortunately been sold out for that. Now September is my birthday month, so I always quite tailor that yarn club to me. So the charm is a really, really fun, shall I say, celebratory charm. And the yarn will definitely be something that tailors to my loves and I hope your loves. So last year I did a really fun one called It's My Party and I'll Cashmere If I Want To, and that was on a cashmere base, which was the first time I ever did cashmere as a yarn club, and that was such a pretty color. So yes, that's what we have going in the shop right now. I have been doing a bit of making. I am going to start with the first thing that I have finished, and I'm starting with this because it is a gift for my daughter Melodie, and she starts school this week, and I've mentioned so many times that we have a special celebration for that in Germany. It's called Einschulungsparty, and we're just really excited for her to start this new journey of first grade and starting a new school. Her teacher is so fantastic. Her teacher's assistant we love so much, and Ruby as well is going to the same school that Melodie is going in. Now Ruby isn't starting like actual school, she's just going there. So yeah, I want to show you what I've made for little Melodie. I haven't combed her hair and she's been in this bag, so she looks a bit crazy, but this is her. I think she's so beautiful. She has a lot more hair than the one that I made for Ruby, and I decided to put her hair in these beautiful little braids. And this is a kit that I got from Puma Berlin, and Claudia is the woman behind Puma Berlin, and she throws together such beautiful kits. She cuts out all of the fabric for you, and you get to choose your skin tone. She has quite a bit of different skin tones. You get to really choose everything: lip color, eye color, hair color. I think she has, I would say, between maybe 5 and 8 different hair colors. There's a really, really good selection. I'm thinking it's closer to 8. And then she gives you all the tools to sew everything together and stuff everything. And along with one of my kits, she set along this pair of shorts, but I'm going to use it as a pair of undies. I think I'll fold just the little legs up and use this as her little undies. So she still needs some clothes, and I don't know if any of you remember, but I made Ruby a doll who she calls Puppi or Puppe, and that means doll or dolly in German. And I made her all matching clothes with clothing that I've sewn her. So little dresses, short sleeve shirts, long sleeve shirts, a nightie. And while I'm not going to sew that many things for Melodie's doll, I will definitely make one outfit. She's mentioned that she would love a ballerina outfit for her doll, but I don't know how serious she is about that. I think she probably would like something that matches something that she wears more. She's been wearing a lot of the hand-sewn dresses that I've made her, and I'm so curious about what she's going to call this dolly. So when we moved to America, we sold pretty much everything. We just took a couple of suitcases and a couple of boxes purely filled with my work things and necessary things that I really needed, and I didn't want to replace when we moved here. So I didn't take my sewing machine or serger along. I sold that. My sewing machine and serger arrived today, new purchases. And so I think tonight I have yoga, and then I'm going to a knit night. So sometime this weekend, before her party, I will definitely sew probably a matching dress to the one that I've made a few for her, but the ones that she's been wearing a bit more. Maybe I'll make 2 at the most. And probably a little nightie, because both of the girls Ruby sleeps with her dolly all the time, and Melodie has a little stuffy that she sleeps with. And I think she needs a nightie to wear when she goes to bed. So that's been a lot of fun. And like I said, I can't wait to figure out what she names her, although she probably won't give her a name, because at least my children anyway it isn't important to them what people are named, like their friends' names, their dollies' names, their characters' names. Sometimes, they get interested in if they're playing their own character, but if they're playing with animals and things, they don't necessarily need a name. So the next thing that I have been working on are my socks for my grandma. And I have the first one past the heel. I think I didn't finish one of these, no. This is a Homespun house yarn, and this is a one-of-a-kind colorway. It was completely tailored to my grandma Sue. She just said that she wanted cool reds, piney greens, and then golden colors. So I'm imagining quite a bit of what you're seeing as very warm tones, just because the way that the sun is shining in feels very, very warm color. So these are all quite cold, other than the golden yellow. That's a pretty warm toned one. So I've done the heel. I've knit her a pair of DK weight socks before. I believe this is 48 stitches. If I was knitting these for myself, I would go down to 42 or even 44, but probably 42 stitches. But the 48 stitch count socks worked perfectly for her. She really loved them, and I think these will go so fast. I think I probably will bring these to knit night tonight, just because if we're talking, I do not really want to work on any of my other projects, because I know I will not get any knitting done. However, I have made the mistake of bringing socks to knit night and knit the leg way too long, or have gotten completely confused on my decreases around my toe just because of talking. But I do think that this simple stockinette stitch sock is kind of the best thing that I could be working on, especially because I've already finished with the gusset the gusset decreases, and I am pretty much now just knitting on the foot. But because it's DK weight, I definitely think that I will get to the toe tonight. So a friend and I are going to yoga this evening, like I said, and then we're going to our first knit night together. I think it's knitting until 10. So that will be fun to check it out. The next thing that I'm working on, I haven't knit at all since our last podcast, and I don't know when I will necessarily pick it up again. It's definitely something that I love. I really enjoyed knitting it. This is the Puma Tee shawl by Melodie Hoffman of Bee Mandarines, and it's something that I've enjoyed knitting every way of the knitting process. It's never really given me a hard time. I love knitting in garter stitch. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. This is our Fresh Sheets colorway. I'm using one skein of gold stellina, a skein of silk mohair, and then I'm using our rose gold colorway, which is right here, and then I'm using the same mix, just gold stellina and mohair. And it sounds like Robert must have found a Lego. Melodie and I have been rebuilding her Lego homes that she got quite a while ago when she was a little bit younger. She's really into building them for herself, so we kind of spend a bit of our days me looking for the pieces that she needs, and then she looks through her little instruction booklet and is building her Legos. So it sounds like Robert just found a piece that they've probably been looking for. He sounded pretty excited. So So yeah, this is my Puma Tee shawl by Melodie Hoffman, and it's one that I could not recommend more. Like I said, I don't know necessarily when I will be knitting this again. Oh, it feels really great. I would love to have this done come fall time, which, you know, I bet it'll be a month and a half before I can wear a shawl. However, we have had some random days where it has completely dropped, and I could definitely wear a shawl outside if, you know, I had long sleeves on and no jacket. So this was my birthday charm from last year. Not to get completely off subject, but I see it on my bag here, and I really, really love that one. So the final thing that I'm knitting on is one that I've been knitting quite a bit on. I've been crocheting a bit too on my granny stripe blanket. I'll show you that in a bit. And this is the cardigan that I've been working on for Ruby. I don't think this will be done by their Einschulungsparty, which is such a bummer. But anyway, I have the body done, and I am very happy about that. So here is the body of the pullover. It's quite large, like I said. I feel like this should have been knit smaller because the bands still have to go on there. Here's my floats, because I do have a bit of Fair Isle going on every fourth row. Yep, every fourth row there's Fair Isle. Color work. And this is out of a Homespun House yarn, our cashmere yarn. And I have here Double Dare, is that really bright pink. And then Weasley's Wizard Wheezes is that super bright, fun color. This was July's Harry Potter Yarn Club, and along with it came a really fun acid pop. So that was made by Sucre Miniatures. And the charms that we have coming for this next round are so brilliant. I mentioned last time, but these ones are Chelsea's favorite, so that's something to be excited about when they're the maker's favorite. So I do have a bit of the sleeve done. I have one of these adorable little stitch markers from Simply Serving, a Mandrake. She has done such a good job with these. And I thought about taking this to knit group, but I think this is just too crazy. I have to increase every 6 rows, and when I haven't been at knit group, I have forgotten some of those increases. So if I forget it at home when it's quite silent, I don't know what I would do at knit group. So I think I'm pretty much finished with the increases, but I think this would just be too ridiculous to take along, because then I have to attach it to the body, and then I have to cast on a new sleeve, and just constantly paying attention and counting. So the more and more I'm talking with you guys, the more and more I'm thinking I need to just take my sock. So this is the second sleeve. I know if I stayed up super late and knit on this every single evening, I most definitely could get this finished, but I know that won't happen. So it will be finished in time for the girls to wear it, and I have a really special gift to give Ruby for her Einschulungstüte, and I know that she'll be happy just the same. It's always really special though to get something homemade from Mama, so I get that too. So I have also been working on my granny stripe blanket, and every time that I have been picking this up and working on it, I have been just in love with the colors that I choose. And I just think that's so funny, because granny stripe blankets show people's personality so strongly, because while some granny stripe blankets are quite similar, they are so different. There are some granny stripe blankets that I love, and there are some granny stripe blankets that I just think it's good that you like it. But yeah, and I'm sure some of you think that about mine. So I'm holding this because this is a live stitch right here. But love it. I think it's so pretty. This yellow part, I mention it every time, always stops me a little. It is a little bit too daring, shall I say, for the blanket, but that's okay. It's funny, I can really see the way that my just preference kind of changes throughout the blanket. But I love working on this. I find it so relaxing. My oldest daughter has, I think in the past 2 days, really wanted to start knitting again. She's been spending quite a bit of time working on a pair of leg warmers for my youngest daughter. She's giving them to her as a birthday gift, or a Christmas gift, rather. And it has been really fun to sit next to her and work on my granny stripe blanket, because that is a definite, I don't need to think about anything when I work on my granny stripe blanket. So it's easy for me to help her if she maybe has trouble starting a new needle, which is kind of a thing. She's getting the hang of it a little bit better. Or if she drops a stitch, or if she accidentally slips a stitch and then she just has kind of like the hanging yarn behind. Yeah, so this has been a really, really great thing to work on while she's been knitting. Also, Anthropologie mugs. I love this one. If you can't tell, I really, really love this pink pastel-y coral pink. It's here, it's here, it's here. It's in little pops all over my home. That has also been really fun, moving here with a completely clean slate and being able to really start fresh and new and pick every single piece for where I'm at in my life of how I want it to look, because my style has changed so much. It feels like every 2 years I like something completely different, whether it's color, whether it's shape, whether it's texture, pattern. So that was a really, really fun thing to do. While I'm on the topic of favorite things going along with this mug, there are quite a few other color variations. I had somebody saw me drinking this on Instagram, and yeah, there's a purple one, there's a blue one. I have both, love them. Something else that I've really been loving is this. It's called Sahale or Sahale Snacks, pomegranate vanilla flavored cashews, a glazed mix. And oh my goodness, these come from Seattle, and my mom bought these when we were going grocery shopping one day. We hadn't had lunch, and she bought a bag of nuts, and this was what she picked, and I thought, pomegranate vanilla, that sounds horrible. And then I just reached my hand in and I took a bite. We had some coffee. We had gone to Starbucks, had some coffee, and soy latte also is my favorite coffee drink. And they were just delicious. I had one and I thought, okay, that's pretty good. Then I reached my hand in again, and yes, that was the thing for me. So I ended up buying a bag of these, and they will probably be gone in over a 2-day period of time because they are that delicious. So yeah, the favorite things wasn't planned. I wish it had been, because I would have more things around me to show you. But yeah, so it's been great chatting with you. I have had such a fun time moving in, decorating slowly, getting my studio going. It is so cool to know that I have 3 rooms. One is a dyeing studio, one is a creative studio, and then the other one is a studio where all of the stock will be, and then 2 packaging, skein winding, labeling tables will be. And they're all interlined. And other than the dye studio, the 2 rooms have a big 6 feet wide opening where you can just completely slide open the doors, and they can be kind of one room. So I can't wait to see it finished. It's been so much fun to see the process of it coming together, especially after planning it. But I really can't wait. So that's going to be fun to be able to start working in there and dyeing yarn for not just myself, but also all of you guys, and being able to get you a Homespun House yarn again. I'm almost out of yarn. I just have only a few more skeins of yarn left, so it seems like I kept the right amount. Yeah, I can't wait. I think fall time is the best time to start dyeing yarn again, and to, I mean, my creative juices have been flowing, so I have so many fun ideas. There are also so many just colorways that I've created in the past that I cannot wait to start dyeing again. Those being All Hallows Eve, Warm and Toasty, Barley, Pumpkin Spice, so many fun ones that, oh goodness, just scream fall. So I can't wait to get back at it. I don't know if I'll see you before the studio is finished or after. Regardless, I am looking forward to it, and I will see you soon.